And here we go. Complete and utter bullshit. Fucking kill me right now. Happy thoughts. It really just, yeah. It just fucking, it kills me inside with that. It does. Each and every time when the game doesn't take my input correctly, it's just, it piles up to a certain point where I'm just like, I've had enough and I cannot focus anymore. Oh, that was my fuck up. But that's because I'm tilted. Not because any other reason. I wouldn't have to be tilted if the game worked already, all the time. Pretty frustrating paradox. How much can one fucking man take? I can't. It appears not that much. not going good mental-wise. I don't think I'm getting him on this attempt. Mental's not good enough. Can you do something? Thank you. I need to wait for him to do something here on melee, because so many of these burst skills, they just don't come out fast enough. God, I'm so fucking hungry, by the way, as well. You might be dying, I'm extremely distracted by my hunger at this point. Like fucking startling. So that can be jumped, got it. I figured. Thank you! Which button is this? Thank you. I fucking really need to go eat. Like, actually so badly. Like, I'm so fucking hungry right now all of a sudden that it genuinely impacts my gameplay. It's that bad. Also, when it comes to what fight I am the least excited to do in this game again, theoretically speaking,
I'm sorry.
if button inputs work perfectly, if bosses hitboxes work perfectly, everything works perfectly.
The history of humans
Would I rather
is over.
fight the Elder Naytiba
Your will,
or Scarlet?
your actions.
Scarlet is also insanely buggy
Your
when it comes to her
decisions.
hitboxes as well.
I just hope that everyone is guided in the right direction.
Adam. Goodbye.
Yeah, if I had, like, perfect frame pacing in this game, perfect input latency,
Eve?
it wouldn't... probably wouldn't actually change anything. Because even on the PS5, most of these fights, if not literally every single one of these fights, it was just a rock solid 60. Outside of, like, you know, the wasteland or the Great Desert area, for example. It was literally just that. So, like, it's not the responsiveness of the game or the frame pacing that's the issue, I wouldn't say. It makes it worse, for sure. Like, but fundamentally the issue itself comes from just the game's mechanics themselves just not working in perfect harmony with each other.
A starry night. Reading the future is like mapping out the night sky. And sometimes you catch a glimpse of a shooting star falling towards Earth. Yes, seeing the future is just like that. I fully respect your decision, Eve, even if it is a bittersweet one. I will be waiting for you, and I will be watching.
Mother Sphere.
Keep in mind,
Is
by
it
the way,
done?
Mother Sphere in
Is it
like
finally
her
over?
entire personality,
Yes,
as well as
it
her
is.
motive,
Eve
it's literally all
and
from
Lily.
Raphael Marx.
It is time to go home.
The very big difference between these two is that this one is not restricted by her emotional longing for her own like relative species. She's much more forward looking and not, you know, what's the word, not harboring like nostalgia for like what was, you know,
But
like
we still have things to do.
cultures, traditions, you know, something that Adam or any other organic humans is bound by.
First,
When you erase
let's pay
those,
Mother Sphere a
then,
visit.
you know, we normal
We have a few
humans,
questions
like
for
even in
her,
real life,
remember?
we feel like our identities are swiped away, you know? Like, is it worth surviving? Like, maybe the question is it worth surviving if you are sacrificing what makes, like, your entire people or, like, the entire people of, like, one species something that they were not before, you know? Like, that sacrifice in on itself. You know, actually, this actually brings me to an interesting point about this. Like, imagine Mother Sphere fully succeeded, and the Naytibas were never created. And you're gonna have some surviving organic humans, maybe. You're gonna have some, like, androids as well as Eidos androids that know what was before, you know? When they were living in unison with the organic humans in, like, the Mother Sphere created cities as well as mixing in with the organic human cities, you know? And you're gonna have those people living in both the space colony as well as Earth without the existence of Naytibas in some other,
I can
like,
see the colony.
alternative universe of this game's world. And how would you be able to...
But
How would you be able to, like, have those people, like, get accustomed to their current surroundings, you know, and what is, rather than focusing on what was? Because there's always gonna be people that remember what was before, and they're always gonna be discontent with, you know, what is now because of what they have lost, you know? That feeling of loss, that feeling of not being able to relate, and the feeling of, like, betrayal, and that kind of, like, almost suppression of, like, your traditions or your culture, you know, your history, is something that people that have lived through different times like that would always remember. So, like, Mother Sphere would actually just have to... She would have to erase the memories of the people that are currently living entirely, and just give them new memories. So it's the same thing as what happens, say, like, on this ending, for example, with Eve and Lily, you know, presumably. Where they would, you know, return to the space colony and their memories would be wiped and they would be given new memories, just a blank slate maybe, or just new memories mixed from just the people's experience from on the surface. But, you know, nothing that would, like, conflict with Mother Sphere's, like, doctrine or her own, like, you know, principles that Mother Sphere stands for, that she got from, you know, her creator of all monarchs. But yes, anyways. Dear God. The thing with this game is, like, combat, is that when it is working excellently, and I feel like every input is working perfectly, it's incredibly good. It is incredibly good. I cannot deny that, regardless of how much, like, the main reason as to why I'm even playing this game this much, as well as doing these playthroughs with, like, the base damage on Eve's weapons so that fights last longer. The fundamental fucking idea is that if the fights work literally perfectly and I have nothing to complain about, then I just get to enjoy this game's, like, combat at its absolute best when it's working and everything is working perfect for a longer amount of times in these fights. That's literally the fundamental reason as to why I'm doing these playthroughs. It's because I like it that much when it works. But then the amount of times when it doesn't work is so fucking soul crushing. It tilts me so fucking much. It's so hard to, like, bounce back, especially in these longer boss fights whenever the game is, like, not responding your inputs, you know? But when it does work very well, it is incredibly satisfying cadence combat. Incredibly satisfying. I don't know if I even wanna call it, like, hack and slash in the traditional sense, to be honest. Because I feel like hack and slash is more... like... I would say hack and slash would be a lot more like 2018 God of War Ragnarok, as well as, like, Nier Automata. Because in those games, the hack and slash or the attacking in those games, the invisible self-stun frames in between your attacks, they are either non-existent a lot of the time, or they are so vague that they don't bother your gameplay. But in something like this, you know, in something like Stellar Blade, like, there is very clear self-stun moments in between Eve's, like, combat animations that just... it forces the gameplay to be not like hack and slash, like spontaneous, like reaction-based combat, and it goes from that to, like, just a cadence combat system. And which one I like more? The spontaneous combat more, way more. The cadence combat is, of course, good. Like, I like that a lot as well, but it's awfully restrictive. It doesn't allow as much creative and expressive freedom with like, you know, spontaneous like decision making after attacks and in between enemies attacks, you know. You're more like restricted to like certain like how do I say this, trajectories, I guess, of decision making, you know, rather than being able to like spontaneously just come up with new ideas on the fly, you know. Kind of hard to explain. You really have to like play two different types of these games. Play something like Stellar Blade and then play something like Nier Automata or God 1. And then you would know exactly what I mean. But yeah, when the unique songs from this end, I'm just gonna skip the credits because these credits are copiously fucking long on PC. They were not this long on the PS5. That it? I think the next one might be just some Scion song or something. This one is... I've heard this a countless times. Where does this play? Wait a minute. This is the passenger lift when you meet Arisa for the first time. Yeah, skipping credits in this game sucks ass, by the way. It's just that. Yeah, just don't look at the screen right now unless you wanna get dizzy. Sit down. Dude, I almost got... Well, actually, it's probably because of my very weird sleep schedule right now. I was gonna say, like, I almost feel like I'm about to have a headache again from this. Just imagine that. Nah, but it's like every time, like, when I have very weird sleep schedule and I have, like, very, like, erratic, like, you know, circadian rhythm, like, every time I have that, like, I'm more prone to, like, having something like a headache, you know, during the day. Nothing more than that. The journey to find the truth continues. And now the main menu screen goes back to normal. No future state, of course, right?